Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back again to ATI Auto Business. It is Friday, noon, Central Time. That means it's time for Cars on the Move. We have a special Cars on the Move live event. We are live at Oaks Kia in Kansas City with Rapid Recon. We're going to bring them in here in a second. We're going to check in with Ty. I just want to say thank you so much. Please do leave a like, and you can click share, click copy, share this on social media. Let them know that this is an event. Cars on the Move, live with Rapid Recon at Oaks Kia in Kansas City. Please do jump in the live chat. This is reconditioning in action, so if you have a question about vehicle reconditioning and how that applies to the automotive ecosystem, please do ask your question. Feel free to do that. Now let's do this. Let's jump in with Ty. Let's say hello. Ty, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah, can you see me?
I can see you. Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, well, I'm in a transport parking lot. We are live. I'm at Oaks Kia in Kansas City, right? So I'm coming out of my skin excited here because this is everything that we talk about is right here happening right now. This is no joke, okay? So we talk about the front of the store, we talk about the back of the store. We're gonna show you the front of the store and the back of the store, and special, amazing thanks to Rapid Recon for connecting us to Oaks Kia. Thank you, Oaks Kia, for letting us come out here and play in your parking lot. Today we're going to see, again, like I said, here's the front of the store. We're going to move our way to the back of the store, okay? And we're going to talk to a guy named Chris. Now, I don't know if we've got Rapid Recon guys here with us.
So let's do this. Let's bring in Bradley, performance manager, to expand more on the Rapid Recon experience. And then we're going to move into what's happening with Chris at the store. So here we come. Bradley, we're adding you to the show right now. This is Bradley Orr. He is performance manager at Rapid Recon. Let's just make sure he can see us and hear us okay. Bradley, can you see us and hear us okay?
Yes, sir. How are you guys doing, Jay?
Great. Great. Please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Hey, good morning, everybody from the West Coast. My name's Bradley Orr. I started out selling Oldsmobiles between semesters of college, you know, at a TO store with a bunch of old car guys on the street that Cal Worthington was on. And then all the way through everything else, straight sell, F&I. I worked for a leasing company, sold cars on the phone. I was a GSM. I was a wholesaler. And then became a recon director for a medium-sized group here in Northern California. And got involved with Rapid Recon about 5 years ago, and got involved in pretty much almost everything on the variable side, and kind of touched my toe in writing ROs and doing that stuff with Wise. So that's my background.
So, all right, so you've seen it all, you've done it all at the dealership. Why is reconditioning so important?
Well, from a GM/owner side, it's a huge profit center. You know, the used car department is usually, almost always, the best customer that service has if it's set up in a traditional way. And really, your money is always working. You don't get nights and weekends off from paying your rent or your mortgage or interest on everything else. So if your money's sitting there and it's not working and it's not moving quickly, then that stuff's costing you money. What Rapid can do is help you move things more quickly and efficiently, and in a couple different ways. Well, a lot of different ways. We have some different performance managers with different backgrounds that key on different things, so we can really help you from the front to the back and then back to the front.
Okay, so vehicle reconditioning is the process of getting used cars mechanically and cosmetically ready for resale. True or false?
Yep. So from the time your trade-ins get funded on the front and it's time to give the keys to service, or before, we got lots of stores, they don't even bother. Like, they take the car in, the keys go to service, and they know they're getting 99.9% of their deals funded. Then the other half of that is how long does it take your outside transport purchases to show up and get dropped off. So from that moment, the clock starts.
And okay, and then dealers use Rapid Recon software to reduce the time it takes to move cars from acquisition to frontline by half?
More than that, if they take, we'll spend a little bit of time figuring out what they're doing now, make a couple tweaks off the bat, not throw out the baby with the bathwater, and then go from there. 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, and just start tweaking things one at a time. So a lot of times, it's going to be more than half, based on what their reality was, not what they thought their reality was, right?
So that's amazing. Okay, that is incredible efficiency. That's what we're talking about. So now we're going to go live to the dealership and see Rapid Recon in action. Ty?
All right. Yeah, so before we're going to work our way back, but so we all hear about inventory's bad and used car prices they were too high, now they're tanking. Some of the things these people have to keep an eye on is crazy, but I just want to show you real quick. So there's the front of the store. All the cars are right here, right? Like, look at this, okay? Just real quick. Do you see this? 2022 Bronco. 325 miles on it. Then over here you got like Mustang. You got a Porsche, Mercedes, and then you got your new Kias back here, right? So this lot is packed full of cars. And I'm the guy that's always running around screaming, "Where are all the cars?" Hey, look at this. This is a nice little K5. Ooh, I like that color. Do you see these? These are all new Kias and used. You follow me? Okay.
Great.
So
Yeah.
Okay. Service is over here. So front of the store, this is where we sell cars. This is where you come and buy cars. Service is where you get your cars worked on. And it's part of the Rapid Recon process too. Look at all the Kias. It just keeps going. 2022, 21s. They're everywhere. This is the pre-owned department. And then behind here, I'm really excited to see this. I'm going to show you all kinds of things. First of all, there's a tow truck, flatbed. See it? So part of the transportation, wait till you see this. You know our friends at Midwestern Car Carriers, Joe and Randy? Joe was on the show Tuesday night. Look at that. Can you see that?
Wow, that's awesome.
Hey, look, here's Chris.
Hey, Chris. It's Chris Damico.
Chris Damico. How's it going? I got to show him this truck real quick. You care?
No, not a problem.
You want to see it too? What do you do when they come off here?
This will be the third delivery. This is 34 cars in 2.5 days.
34 cars in 2.5 days.
So coming off this transport right here, they'll go over here to this delivery lane. You can already see guys standing in the delivery lane that are peeling plastic.
Oh, this guy. Okay, right? Yeah.
That's Danny waiting on the car.
Danny waiting on the cars. Come on, cars.
Yeah.
Come on, transport guy.
Hurry up. More new cars, right?
Who's this guy?
This is Kevin.
Who's this guy?
This is my general sales manager.
Kevin, general sales manager.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
nice
you'll notice that Kevin's down here instantaneously wanting these cars done right now, right?
A new
Chris,
car?
hurry up, get these cars ready so we can get them sold, right?
Is that why you're here?
Well, I saw a guy walking around videotaping our lot. I was trying to figure out who that guy is.
Oh, you're coming after me, trying to kick me off the lot.
You're on YouTube Live right now, okay?
Perfect. You're on YouTube Live. You sell general sales manager. That's a big job.
Sure.
You're over new and used?
New.
New, just the new?
All have been used as well.
Wow. How long have you been doing it?
A couple of years.
Couple. That's a joke. Well, thanks for not kicking me off the lot.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Okay, Chris.
So Kevin's inspected everybody here, and we're good, so we can move on now.
We can keep going.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to you don't want riffraff out here messing with the process, right?
Precisely.
Okay, Chris is in charge of a lot. A lot. I mean, a lot. What are you in charge of?
Chris is in charge of service and parts, as well as anything collision related for 3 Oaks Automotive stores.
Collision parts as well as anything else.
Service, and obviously we run Recon independently, so that's what we're going to do, a tour of that layer of the onion.
Okay, let's see it.
Right here right directly in front of you is my detail department.
Okay.
As you can see, right now these guys mainly are doing all deliveries, so these cars have been sold and they're being delivered to the customers. This is a used one right here. We got a new one down in that additional wash bay, and that's a used one as well, believe it or not. That's been sold for delivery. So they'll do anything Recon related in here that has to do with cosmetic, touch-up, PDR, anything fit finish, as well as your standard decals or delivery process.
Now let's get out here. I got the sun killing our view. Oh, that's a little better. Okay.
So in the Recon bucket, this is detail exclusive, right? And then once they make it out of here, they'll go to a final inspection bucket, which is going to be on where they do that is on the next lot that we'll be headed to right now.
Okay. So this is almost the end. Once it gets
Pretty
out
close.
of here, we're about done.
Pretty close. We're pretty close. We do a final inspection on every car because we move so much volume through the store that it's not surprising that although I got 4 pretty seasoned guys in here, they miss a door jam. We have another pair of eyes on it. We rectify that before we deliver to the customer.
And how many guys are on this?
We have 4 guys in here, and
4.
then we have 1 floater.
Wow, that's a lot. And that's a lot of cars. They're touching a lot of cars.
We need more room.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Lots packed.
Yeah,
It looks great though.
yeah.
It's organized. It's a well-oiled machine.
They pick it up every night before they leave. They start over in the morning, and then obviously it looks like a bomb went off, sealing plastic and everything by the end of the day. But they're excellent about doing that. And for safety reasons, I mean, that's just imperative.
Yeah. Well, okay. Is it okay to tell us about how many cars these guys do, say, a month?
I would say last month they touched every bit of 315 to 400 cars in a month because you're talking about peeling plastic off the new ones. They don't necessarily have to be sold for them to touch them, right? In order for them to get to the front line, there's part of a detail process that happens there as well. So I would say it's 400 cars, right around there.
Okay, and then on your Rapid Recon, this department, they let you know.
They actually, and I don't know how other guys do this part of that piece of the puzzle, but like they have the app on their phone, so they'll actually physically move the cars into the next bucket on their own. Like for instance, they finish a car in detail, and when it's complete, they bump it into the final inspection bucket, and then someone will come over here and pick it up and take it over there for final inspection. So it's not just one guy doing all that. We have everybody participating in the recon process.
When you say bucket, you mean on the app, you're
Absolutely.
moving it.
Yeah.
So this guy, he's like, I'm done.
When he's done, he gets on his phone, he bumps it into the final inspection bucket on the app, and then that alerts the guy on the drive at the recon center to come
Okay.
get the car.
I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see a software demo sometime. That sounds interesting.
Software demo sometime.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
they're
today,
not
but
quite
another
done with
time.
one, but yeah, we'd have to see it. So they're able to do that.
Yeah.
You've got everybody trained. So
Yeah.
this morning I'm on Clubhouse listening to this guy talk about Harvard and Yale in 2012 did a study. It takes 67 days for everybody to figure it out.
Not easy.
Not easy, right?
Not easy, but I think the buy-in factor comes, they know once they bump the car into the next step, they can draw up another car, right? And they participate in other words, the way that they're compensated is how many units they move along, right? So that inspires the process.
Yeah, motivation. Right. What do they call that? It's SPIMP?
That's something like that, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is just one part.
Yep.
It's kind of more towards the end. So we're going backwards basically. I started on the front lot, it's ready to go sell it.
Where they're done, right?
And now let's talk about the front lot, because you guys have figured out a way to sell cars. You sell a lot of cars.
Yes.
It's the turn. There was a turn.
The turn, you know, we strive to meet the 5-day ADR, which is the average days in recon. But then on time to line, we're monitoring that number as well. Not just the guys on the sales side, but the guys in parts and service as well, specifically at the recon center. They understand the sense of urgency when it comes to the used car market, because right now it's just so erratic and it's moving so quickly. Like we want to sell as many cars as fast as we can, right? In the same sense, to provide a phenomenal customer service experience, we try to incorporate as many pieces of missing things, you know, while you're moving high volume, as everybody's re-inspecting what the last person's done, right? And as you can see, like even with the lot organization, Tim's wonderful at that. They're mirror to mirror. He has them kind of segmented, you know, from the high line to other makes and models to Kia to certified, so on and so forth. So at this point, 3 years of madness here has led me to somewhat of a well-oiled machine. It's still a work in progress, right?
You're still going.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about the owner, Dan, was that right?
Yeah, Dan Oakes is the guy that owns all 3 stores. Pretty proactive thinker. Not just with the car side, like vertical integration is part of some of our leadership team meetings. So there'll be some of that moving forward in Oaks Automotive's future. But on the used car side, I mean, he has the ability to think outside the box and kind of really understand what market value is, and he also understands how quickly that moves.
Yeah. Well, he also understands the value of having a guy like Chris who can have a conversation like this. And I mean that. That's amazing.
And again, he's the boss and he writes the check. But at the end of the day, like he's taught me things about the front that I never knew about. When I say the front, I'm talking about sales specifically, right? I'm a fixed operations guy, which is typically the back of the house, you know, working on cars, ordering parts. Dan's taught me so much about the front to make me understand that there is a sense of urgency, and here's the reason why.
And that's what, as transport guys, that's what we love to talk about. As recon guys, rapid recon, that's what they love to teach.
Yeah.
There's a sense of urgency, and it usually starts.
It even starts with the cars in transit. Like, so, you know, we have your in transit bucket, right? You guys know this. So we may have a list of 40 cars in the in transit bucket. Like, we're constantly updating the ETA, hoping that the cars get here, correct? Because as you guys know, once we say buy it now, we own them, right?
Buy it now.
We want them to go bye-bye.
Bye. That's good. Okay, so we're gonna go. This is the Recon Center Detail
PDR.
Yep,
specifically detail.
and there's
PDR,
another location.
Yep, we're gonna go now to the mechanical side of it, which I'll show you the parts department in there, and we can also show you the lot that's full of cars that either need to be worked on or put to the front line.
Gotcha. All right, let's head that way. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay, and on the way, I'm gonna definitely say hi to this guy, the transport guy. They were on our show this last Tuesday night. This company.
Oh, were they? Cool.
Yeah, they're awesome guys.
This is the ecosystem in action.
How can you put this together?
Wow.
I like to do this when nobody's looking, especially just walk right in and look at this, guys. Ah! This is a car hauler. This is a nice 80-foot. Are you guys looking at this?
Yeah.
You see all the Kias on here? There were 9 of them. And they're coming to Oaks Kia. You think you get all these?
Yeah, they'll be all dropped here. Our allocation factor is pretty big.
Okay, look here, everybody, look.
Midwestern. Thank you very
Oh,
much, Midwestern Truck Bearers.
yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to try to give you guys a different angle, maybe, where we're headed here.
Right, and so there you're seeing
Just about
it. The vehicles were bought at auction, assuming.
Now,
Then
those are new cars.
Oh, these are new.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are all new cars.
Where'd they
these
come
are-
from?
So this lot here
plant?
specifically is going to be
Yeah.
used inventory.
This is specifically used inventory, which, by the way, you guys have an incredible used inventory. I mean, you got some nice stuff.
As we discussed this morning, if you count every car in the process, probably 400 cars here, at some stage, either front line or trying to get front line.
Hey, buddy.
Go Chiefs.
We're Chiefs. Okay. So, what were you asking, Jay?
Well, that was interesting. So those are new vehicles, right?
Those are new coming off the truck. These are all used.
And those
We're
new
gonna-
ones, but even the new ones have to be cleaned up, managed before they're put on the lot,
Yeah.
right?
And you can kind of,
Yeah.
I can kind of give you a rundown.
This is the back. We're in the back of the store now, guys.
Back of the store.
Look at this.
So,
Hey Ty.
Yeah.
Can you ask Chris how
now you're in.
Hold on 1 second. Brad's got a question. What is it?
Can you ask Chris how Rapid helps him communicate between all these different properties when
Yeah.
he can save time not walking 150 yards and he can click a button and somebody finds out in half a second it's their turn?
Exactly. Bradley wants to know, how does Rapid Recon help you not have to walk all the time?
It's pretty simple. I mean, like I was discussing this morning, I live my life on this phone, right? I don't really have an office. I have one that is supposed to be my office that I'm never in, right? So when I get into Rapid Recon, I can get into all 3 stores and look. You can see exactly what steps the cars are in. And typically I have, you know, photos to go off of for cosmetic damage, or if, for instance, we get a car delivered and it needs to go to arbitration for some reason, I can get a video of what's wrong with the vehicle, right, to try to get arbitration and work with the buyer, wholesaler that we have here to make those things happen. I mean, you're talking about 3 different properties, one of which is an hour away from here, right? So I have one Rapid Recon with Ford, Mitsubishi, and Kia. I click down, I can see whatever I want. As long as the guys are playing nice in the sandbox and the cars are in the right buckets, right, and in the right steps, then I pretty much have a good feel for things that are. The bottleneck issue is where I come in, right? I eliminate the bottlenecks and try to keep the cars going through the system.
And that's what Rapid Recon
Absolutely.
shows you where the bottleneck
100%.
is. You can see it immediately.
Yeah. And
So I was telling the guys, sorry to interrupt you, but I was telling the guys, you mind pulling your phone out?
Sure.
We were talking earlier I've never talked to anybody who just says, here, yeah, let me get my app out. I don't know if you guys can see it.
So I'm right here.
Hold on.
This is actually the Mitsubishi store. Like, as you can see, I mean, anything that's getting in the red zone here for the time that it's been in the step, then I can just click on it and see, hey, why is this in the red zone? And then I can pick up the phone and call a service manager or the recon manager and say, what's the holdup on this car? What do we got to do to get this car moving along through the step that it's in, right?
And Rapid Recon helps you identify that, where it's at. Are you guys following this? Is that good, Bradley?
So here's my Kia store. This is the one we're standing in right now.
Let me see if I can get it.
And obviously you can see we'd like to be 5 days or better on the ADR, right? We're close, but we just need to try to get there. I can get in here, and as you can see, we were just in my detail shop, right?
Wait, I need to turn this camera on. Okay, here we go. Now look at that.
So we were just in my detail shop, and as you can see, that's where my bottlenecks at, right? So I'm constantly working on that.
Detail?
Yep.
189?
That's front line.
Front. I'm
Go
sorry.
up here, sent to detail. 14 cars. I got 2 of them in the red, and 7 that are approaching the red.
Oh, wow. So Rapid Recon helps you do that. And why is that important?
Time is money.
Yep.
How long does it usually take from a car after purchase, after it lands on the property, to go through the Rapid Recon process?
It needs to be better than 5 days on the average.
Better than 5.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Rapid Recon actually helps you manage that.
Rapid Recon has taken me to a different level. For instance, we went over this a while back. I've moved through the shop at the end of last month, almost 600 more cars. And the interesting thing about that is I'm doing them about 3 hours at a time faster. So the integration of the Rapid Recon itself, as well as the teamwork buy-in to use the software, right? If you don't have that, obviously it doesn't function. So there's training that's gone along with this, a lot of it being boots on the ground. But once the teammate figures out that it's more efficient for him or her, then the buy-in factor is over, right? Because they realize it's a useful tool and that it's going to help them make more money.
Wow, that's great. You have any other questions, Bradley?
No, that was it. It's communication.
Oh, yeah,
Communication.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
So this is the shop. You guys get a pretty good gaze at the shop here. You see that? Parts. This is parts, right?
Right here. Keep walking.
Yeah, parts. You got parts.
Dedicated parts department.
Dedicated parts department. Okay. This is awesome. Who gets to go in the parts store?
This is the keeper of the kingdom. That's Scott. Right
Scott.
there. So
Scott, the parts guy.
everything that happens in this recon center almost exclusively goes through Scott. So as far as parts go, we do have a small inventory of fast moving parts, as you can see right here. So for instance, oil filters, air filters, we have engine oil in bulk here. But like a lot of these things, it's very tough on the used side because you have other makes and models. So you got to understand, like, Scott's doing this on an a la carte per car basis, right? So he's constantly contacting someone by email or on a telephone, trying to get parts for a Toyota, a Chevy, a Ford, a Lexus, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, which I showed him that on the front of the parking lot. We
Yeah.
had Mercedes, Porsche, Ford, Chevy. We kept going.
I can take you to the show floor here and show you Teslas and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I did see a Tesla in here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we just sold an Audi R8 yesterday.
Whoa.
2 weeks prior to that, Dan sold a Ferrari. So he paints a big picture when it comes to what he brings in, right?
That's amazing.
But yeah, and then out there in the shop, we have 8 bays is what we have. We have 4 guys. So one guy to 2 stalls is our setup. 1 guy in parts. And then a whole inventory of lot cars out there.
Yeah. Well, the shop, that's 4 guys, and you said 4 plus a floater, and these guys are busy.
Be 5 guys in detail, and then last month, basically through this shop, just exclusively, not necessarily key to key, but they did do 215 cars through this shop.
He's got 215 through this shop.
215.
4 guys.
4 guys.
And Scott ordering parts.
Scott ordering parts are all.
Okay, you just used a term that I heard you say earlier. Let's dive into this key to key. What are you talking about?
Key to key basically is like, key to key is like from the time we get the key to the time the customer gets the key, right?
Oh,
I mean, that's our terminology for key to
key to
key.
key. As soon as you get the key, you want the key to go to the customer.
Correct.
And you want that done as fast as you
As
can.
fast as we can.
And that's where Rapid Recon.
Rapid Recon is a huge component of that.
It makes the whole process. And there's also, you were talking about transportation earlier.
There's a list, there's a transportation bucket that we have in Rapid Recon in every store. So my buyer wholesaler buys cars, right? Or for instance, we get a trade-in. Used car manager dumps the trade-in into the in transit bucket, right? With a note on it that says it's actually here. And then the recon guy goes and gets it on Monday or whenever they've traded for it, moves it into the next step, and it starts through the process. The in-transit cars, the buyer wholesaler, he's buying cars all over, like we discussed at Desta this morning and some of those things, right? So he may be buying cars in Oklahoma, Texas, whatever. He still has a purchase date and a tentative ETA, and then he would go into that bucket every 48 hours and update the tentative ETA on the car. That way the guy knows, hey, this is what's coming. This is when potentially it could be here, so we can make room to try to get it through the system. Sometimes we prioritize those cars based on when we get them, right? So for instance, we wrote a check for this car. We may not get it for a week. Well, when it gets here, we need to get it through the system.
It needs to go first.
Correct.
First
Yeah.
in line. The longer it takes to get here, the faster it needs to go through because of that turn.
The old adage of time is money, especially right now in the used car world, it's truer than ever.
More true.
Truer than ever.
Okay, so we got the key to key, we got the Rapid Recon, we talked about the transportation. Let's talk just for a second, and it's not necessarily Rapid Recon, but it is. You mentioned the buyer wholesaler.
Yeah.
So you have buyers.
We have one guy.
One guy
Yeah.
that supplies
Three
three stores?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and we talk a lot about buyers because buyers have an important job. They got to buy it at the right price, and it really needs to be in the best condition.
Correct.
Pretty much. So this guy had some challenges right around COVID, I would imagine. He's used to going to the auction.
Sure. So now you're buying cars online, right?
Yeah.
And you got, as much as we'd like to say, everything's going to be perfect when it shows up, then you realize that one side of it's been tore off and it's been fixed and it's not been done to what we consider to be frontline ready, right? Yeah. So then we can arbitrate those cars if we get them in there and we do them in quick fashion. So Rapid Recon again, right? We got this car. He puts the notes in the system. Hey, this is where I bought this one. Their arbitration terms 2 days, right? So we got to yank it in the shop, right, and try to figure out what's wrong with it. So hopefully we can get arbitration to either fix what was wrong if they didn't disclose, or possibly they take it back. One of the two, right? But now let's keep in mind, especially during COVID, inventory shortage, even on the used side, was becoming a factor there, right?
Yeah.
So then it's like we want to keep everything we got, and we're still trying to make the 5-day turn. That was the most interesting time. It's got a little bit better than that, because we are able to send some cars back if we can get them drawn up in the system, figure out what's wrong, and see if it can be arbitrated.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize Rapid Recon was part of that process as well, but that's amazing.
We have every bucket,
every bucket.
We even have a bucket, basically the in-transit bucket. The cars are not here, but it's potentially what is going to be here. The buyer wholesaler, or in this case, his term's actually used car director. I mean, he's the keeper of the kingdom on that, right? He knows where they go. He has them allocated. They're dropped. They're Ford, Mitsubishi are here. And then he updates the notes every 48 hours. So you have pertinent information.
That's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the end of the story here, in my opinion, is you've been in this business for a while, all the way from sales. Is that right?
I've never been on the sales side. Everything I've done has been in fix. Yeah.
The fix. So fix ops guy, which we've talked about fix ops. That's a whole.
That's this whole process. And I mean, I have, like I say, being with Dan, someone to basically explain, hey, this is why there's a sense of urgency here, because this is how this works on the front. I've spent 3 years with him now, and my prior boss was similar to him. So when they open that up to you, then it allows you to train the people on the back to understand the sense of urgency and why things like Rapid Recon are going to be a huge component of their success.
Yeah. And where I was going with that is you've been in it long enough to have done something without Rapid Recon.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, oh man, where was this a long time ago?
We were like dinosaurs in the tar, right? It's kind of a good analogy, right? But parts and service guys were kind of like, well, we'll get to this used car whenever we can. We got too much other stuff to do. And now it's like the sense of urgency for used cars is neck and neck with the customer that beckons my door every day.
Yeah. Well, and we've talked about it before, the service manager and the used car manager going head to head because problems getting the car.
Yeah. And I mean, Kevin, although Kevin was coming, you know, on an inspection deal because he saw you with the camera. Yeah. I mean, like Kevin and I work closely every day with things like this. And in his case, it's usually new cars, right? But for instance, we got guys coming in at 4:30 in the morning to do pre-delivery inspection on cars because potentially they're sold before they ever arrive, right, at this point. So we got guys in here from 4:30 in the morning till sometimes 7:30 at night, 6 days a week, doing something that is it's usually sales related, to be candid with you, you know, new car delivery, used car delivery, or trying to get cars detailed that have made it through the recon center.
To get to the key to the key.
To get the key to key, man.
Okay. Jim and Bradley, you guys, did we miss anything? Do you want to add anything?
No, I think Chris talked a lot about that. You know, they've got a lot of moving parts there with 3 different kinds of cars to CPO, and more than half their inventory is crossline. So he talked a lot about all those parts issues. That takes a lot of knowledge. So basically, everybody's got visibility into what's going on, and Chris and that parts guy aren't getting constantly bugged all the time about when's this going to be here, what's up with that, how's this going. They can look, they can see. These guys aren't getting bugged. They can go about their job far more efficiently. And then with the notifications in there, you know, these guys click a button. That guy that's 5 feet away behind another wall, he finds out immediately, and all the old ways of communicating, wandering around, text, email, phone call, yelling across the showroom floor. That's never going to be eliminated completely, but the more often you can use your mouse to click a button and have somebody else find out it's their turn, that is it really irons out a lot of those bumps, as Chris said.
Wow. Yeah. Irons everything out.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. Now I think if we're good, I think, didn't you say there was something cool we could see around the corner?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go.
Maybe something cool.
Let's go over on the show floor real quick.
Okay. So get some entertainment value here. One of the tech guys. Sorry. I'm right through his face. Ooh.
So we got 2, I think right now we just have these 2. Well, we got a Mercedes, I think it's a 500 series.
Yeah.
And then we got a Tesla Plaid.
Ooh, the Plaid.
Yeah. So,
oh yeah, this is the V. Those are supposed to be pretty quick.
Oh yeah, that'll get after.
You got a really nice one on the front row.
Yeah.
A little different.
And then obviously
the Tesla, this Plaid's the newest one, right?
Yep.
It's supposed to be really wicked fast.
Never been in one, but I drove this one. I didn't drive. I haven't driven the Tesla. And we got to get. So this truck right here.
Where do you find this?
1984, brand new by Dan's dad. So we'll give that a little airtime too. 1984.
1984 Suburban, right?
This is back when we were into conversion stuff, right?
Yeah, I remember the old conversions. Yeah, you don't get in that. That's been converted so nobody can go in.
But so that is got like about 12,000 original miles on it, believe it or not. So.
Oh my word, that's classic.
Yep.
Well, I know you've got plenty to do. I do. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you guys. We appreciate you coming and joining Oaks Automotive for our 15 minutes of fame, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll shoot you the link now that I got you guys can spread around. Jay, I'm gonna let you go back to work.
Okay.
I think
all right, guys. Thank you.
My way back there.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Chris. I'll see you around.
Yep.
Hi. Anybody here? Jay? Where'd Jay go?
Oh, there we go. Check. Okay. You know what? I was off camera so long, I had my audio off.
You scared me. Have you been paying attention at all, Jay?
Yeah, I was so involved. Yeah, I forgot to turn off my courtesy mute. You know, that was amazing. So I'll hit the applause button again because it was muted. That was an awesome tour. And so much information.
That's a lot of information. If I was a dealer and I watched that, I would be calling Rapid Recon right now.
Yeah. Well,
what's the number for Rapid Recon? How do we get a hold of Rapid Recon?
Look at how much
Chris doesn't sell you Rapid Recon, you got a problem.
look at how much ground you covered, how much noise is going on. Yeah, to yell, "Hey, you got that? You know, is it done? What? You know, that would be." And you're running around. You'd be exhausted trying to manage everything physically. Actually, what I wondered was, how did you do it before Rapid Recon?
Yeah, he said there was dinosaur and tar. Remember?
Yeah, chaos.
Dinosaur and tar.
No wonder people got into
Paper,
fights.
probably. Yeah, no wonder they hated each other so much.
Yeah.
Brad, and is Brad or Jim around? They want to throw anything on top while I'm walking back?
Yeah, I would say, Ty, you know, when the dry erase board was invented, it became a little bit easier to keep track. Before that, somebody was using a chalkboard, which is even more difficult. But the dry erase board, and now the other version of that now is the Google shared doc. You know, and my goal is to eliminate as many shared docs and Google spreadsheets and whatever else. I want to get rid of all of them, because everything, including your wholesale inventory, where it's sitting, if you got funded yet, you can keep track of almost all of that in Rapid, including photo management, what's missing this, what's missing that. We can help you keep a lot of things from falling through the cracks.
It sounds like it does so
imagine.
much. Is there do you have to then train a dealership on the use once they realize, wow, this is going to be great? Is there a training period and onboarding because it does so much? Do you work with team members? How does that work?
We have a discovery meeting to find out what you're doing now. We have a launch meeting to take what you were doing. Basically, we'll leave it exactly the same for a little while if that's what the customer wants. Maybe we'll add a few tweaks at the beginning, and then we're going to monitor this thing 15, 30, 45, 60 days, 90 days. And then we'll meet as often as the dealer wants to meet, and start turning some dials and making some changes. And then obviously there's a little bit of turnover. We'll train new people and go from there.
You know Randy Wells?
Right.
I'm Ty.
Because that is a big
Nice
part
to
of
meet
it,
you.
isn't it?
We're old
Is
car
that-
hauler buddies.
Oh, he's the car hauler.
Killing it right now. What's your name?
Aaron Nickens.
Aaron Nickens? Aaron was Midwestern. He knows Joe and Randy because he works there. It's a great culture. You've been with him for a while?
A little over a year.
Oh, good. You like it?
Love
Yeah, that's awesome. Great job. It's a little warm today. I'll let you get back at it.
It's okay. Got one more.
You got one more.
Awesome.
See ya.
Hey, car hauler live, huh?
A
It's an
Midwestern on top of
ecosystem.
it. Man,
It's
I'm
a
telling you.
dealership.
Hey!
And that's what I love, that we got to go out to the dealership and see
These
it
guys
firsthand.
Just
And,
want to be
and
famous.
it's great to know there's a support team for when you're ready to embrace the software and all that it does for you. I can't imagine if Chris had to run back to his office to the whiteboard, what, 5 times a day. Here we
You see
go.
my buddy Jay?
How you doing, Jay?
We were just talking to Chris. You can't hear him because he's in my ear, but
I can see you, though.
you can see him. He seems to be happy that you guys are working.
Yeah.
So do you guys use this Rapid Recon stuff?
Of course.
Yeah.
I got it on my phone.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, you gotta have it
I've
on the
actually been
mobile,
using it for a
man.
while. I think I used to work at Mitsubishi too, and I think I've been using it on my phone since we got it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Makes things better.
Of course.
That's good.
Of course. Y'all the owners?
No, we're actually YouTube guys, transport guys.
Oh,
we
yeah?
just talk to people that are,
Part of the
because we
ecosystem.
talk about the used cars, the new cars, transport,
Yep.
car dealers, auctions. You guys are a huge part of the process.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think people realize that.
You see all them trucks out there?
Yeah?
They come daily.
Yeah, the big trucks?
Yeah.
The semi, yeah.
We
That's
got
what he's,
we
that's
got
what Chris,
36 in yesterday.
yeah, and there's only 4 or 5 of you guys.
36.
Oh, it don't
30.
matter how many cars they can
Holy
handle.
mackerel.
No
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
You guys are busting it.
I got a good crew.
Good crew.
I
You're,
got a good crew of guys.
what's your
man.
name?
I'm MW.
MW.
Yeah.
MW's got a
Awesome.
good crew.
Oh, yeah.
MW.
Thanks, guys.
An applause for MW. That's awesome. You need a good crew. You heard him. He said,
You too. Thank you very much.
Ty said, do you have Rapid Recon? And he goes, of course.
I've got it on my app.
I've got
On
it.
my
I've got
phone.
it on my, of course I've got it on my phone.
Hey, is
That-
this the K5?
Yep.
What's the difference between the K? Is this the V8?
So this is a V6.
Oh,
So they make the regular V6, and then the faster, I think the K5 GTs are the V6 with the turbo.
turbo. Okay.
Yeah.
and it's not anything close to the Stinger. The Stinger's pretty wicked, right?
No, these are
All-wheel
pretty
drive.
fast, but no, the Stinger, the GT2 Stingers are all-wheel drives, and those are some of them. I think the fast ones are twin turbo, so those are really fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. But thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
Awesome, man.
I love car dealerships. Wow.
Well-
Is that not the best show ever?
Yes, and you always get more than you bargain for when you're live on Cars on the Move. So,
Oh, hey,
Ty,
this is a good. So we do the
amazing.
check-in.
Amazing.
As they
Yeah,
come?
yeah. What do we got?
That's so hard. Make sure everything's there. Nothing's broken. Is that how long does each car take?
It takes a few minutes.
Just a few. You just have to make sure the spare, the floor mats, no scratches, dents, stings. But you know what's cool about this job is not everybody can do it. Not everybody can find the scratch or the dent or the
Right.
chip. They don't even know what they're looking. You have? How long have you been doing it?
Oh, about 40 years.
40. Nice to meet you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Well, see, and this gets into, okay, OEMs, you're gonna handle everything from now on, the agency, the transportation, the everything. Do you realize, right, there are still folks at the dealership that do things for those new cars. I don't want to open a wound, but as we move into the future, there are elements that can't be overlooked as that vehicle reaches the
Hey,
customer.
Danny!
And that's one of the things the
Are these-
dealership does.
Sorry. Is
Yeah.
that an EV? that Sportage is EV? Because that's brand new, right? I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
Wow. This one too?
No, this Delta's just been out a year.
Okay. What's that? It's a Sportage EV. Wow.
Yeah, it's new.
Brand new. You know anything about them?
Huh?
Have you driven them?
Yeah.
You like it all right? Where do you plug in here?
This one.
Or like on the Tesla right there?
This is the gas.
Oh, this one's gas.
The
Okay.
EV6 is up there, all electric up there.
Okay, cool. That looks neat. Awesome. Thanks. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no,
Thought that
hey
was
man,
it.
everybody's talking EV. I found some more EV news for Tuesday night just for you, Ty.
Oh, I love EVs.
Oh,
Did
I
you
know.
see Sean Welch's EV?
Hey
All
guys,
right, well,
I'll
Rapid
let you-
Recon. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, I'll let you know we have a lot of new car franchise stores that also have a standalone PDI system. So we can get the feed for their new inventory. And just like Chris described, there's an in-transit step, there's a drop-off step, PDI, whatever their process is, they'll have a separate system just for their new cars. And same thing, anybody at the store can go in, see what's where without having to bother other people. For instance, the BDC, they're not bugging the detail department to see if this car's ready yet. Mrs. Jones is going to be here at 4 o'clock, yada, yada, yada. So we have a lot of those, a lot of stores that have a separate system for new cars too.
Yeah, the BDC department, by the way, is right here.
Oh, there we go. Right.
And that I would go in there, but I think I'm probably making everybody wonder why I'm still
Right.
here.
Well,
so.
who's this guy? Yeah, exactly. Well, we
Why
learned
does he
a
keep
lot.
just
We
stopping
saw a
people?
lot. And so,
We
I mean,
did.
that
Thank
was
you,
amazing.
Kia. Thank you, Rapid Recon, Chris.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
Bradley.
gosh.
Thank you,
And
Bradley.
Midwestern Car Carriers, Bradley,
Chris Damico,
everybody.
MW.
Wow. That was a great show. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
That was awesome.
We
Me
literally
too.
got to see it from the front all the way to the back and again. That
Front
was
of the
just
store to the back of the store.
This is what we do on Cards on the Move on Friday. We talk about this stuff and we do it. Look at it. I'm so
Hey,
excited. Thank you.
Ty, this is episode 100 on Cars on the Move. This
Oh,
is it. Yeah.
Rapid Recon. Got
Yeah,
that one.
That
Good
is
job.
cool. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, my battery's about to go dead.
All right. Well, that sums it up for all of us. Bradley, thank you so much.
Thanks,
you.
Bradley.
Really appreciate you. Rapid Recon, Oaks Kia, thanks for everything, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Have a
Here
good
comes
weekend.
the end of the meeting. Have a great weekend. Take care. And, okay, so I let him go. That's the end of the meeting. All right. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello in the live chat. If you have any questions about Rapid Recon, reconditioning on the move, what is vehicle reconditioning, and how Rapid Recon can help you, it helps summarize the ecosystem so you don't have to yell and bother and you can just see it on your phone. Do you have Rapid Recon? Of course I do. It's on my phone. True words said live on Cars on the Move on ATI. ATI Auto Business, the Car Shipment Business channel. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please do tune in Tuesday night for Carriers Unfiltered. Let us know how we can help you. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Have a great weekend. Thank you.